Patrick Rorman with MT Knives, going live on Tuesday night. Let's see. Hey, I'm a little bit early, so we'll give a minute, see if anybody comes in here. But hey, it's been a couple weeks. I've had some things going on. Been busy. Just been busy. Yeah. So what are we going to talk about tonight? I'm going to give you guys an update on what I've been up to, how things are going, what I have coming up in the next few weeks. And if you've seen the thumbnail, I don't remember if I showed these or not. I think maybe I did. I also have a new sharpener because why not? Yeah, so I've barely used it. So I've been busy. I am trying to get concrete poured before freezing weather starts really hitting in. Training for my half marathon that's coming up and getting ready for, well, getting a bunch of knives done for Jessica, Homemade Wanderlust. And yeah, lots of things. So and my wife, she had some excitement. So there's been that too. She fell coming down the steps and hurt her ankle pretty good. So been dealing with that. So anyways, all is well. And yeah, got these new sharpening stones. These are Dr. Marv, and they are a diamond resin stone, a set of fine stones, and they're 20, 10, and 5 micron. And so they'll give it just beautiful mirror polish. And then I picked up this Amazon XR whatever sharpening system. It's a very budget friendly system. I forget how much it cost, less than $200. And it works all right. I have some plans for some future videos on that whenever things slow down. So I poured my footing for my shop February, March of 2024, and was planning on being a lot further along than I am now. But some things came up and started trying to get my house done so that my family could live more comfortably. And yeah, haven't got back to it. So sometime in the last week or two, I started back on the shop project. I'm laying block, getting ready for pouring the floor. Hey, Phil. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. So, today I just about finished up the last of the block, and I hope to finish it up by the end of the week. And then I'll be finishing the plumbing, the water, the drainage, septic, and what do I got to do after that? Put down some vapor barrier, tie in some rebar, and then we're going to be ready to pour some concrete. So I'm hoping to get some concrete poured. My half marathon is coming up. Hello. Hey, Homestead. I can't read. I'm half blind. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, I'm excited to get some concrete poured, and it's really exciting. I love construction work because, especially some of it, because you just see so much progress. It's easy to see, at the end of the day, things are so much different than when you begin it, when you start the day. Much like putting handles on knives. I love when it gets to putting the handle on the knife because it's when things really start taking shape. So Yeah, I am whooped though. The things you keep pet fishing. Yeah. Um, I didn't see if it said aquaponics. I would keep pet fishing there. Um, let's see. So yeah, I got. I'm excited to get the floor poured. My shop is. It's every time you think about like building a shop or something like that, I don't know. There's I've worked in little tiny shops and I've worked in big shops, and they both have their advantages and disadvantages. But it's a 30 by 60, so it's a pretty sizable uh, job to take on. And I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to having that done. Um, oh yeah, laying block. I have not laid block in the past. I always kind of. Well, let's talk about building materials, okay? Um, I couldn't decide if I wanted to build my shop out of steel or concrete or wood. And I, each one has advantages and disadvantages. My first real big shop that I built myself. It was a pole barn. And it was about 1,000 square foot. I used lumber. I'm cutting lumber outside on a concrete block. Yes. My very first shop, I used a shed that we had on the property, and it was very small, very crowded for making knives. That is. And then I built 1,000 square foot pole barn, and really I used about half of it. Um, Now this time I'm building an 1,800 square foot uh, building, higher ceilings, a lot more room. But part of that is because I enjoyed doing some woodworking, so stuff like table saws. Um, a lot of that you need in feed, out feed. Um, just it's hard. I've got enough tools that I'm sure I'll fill it up. So, anyways, um, I was always kind of against block buildings because the block buildings I had seen in the past. Hold on. I had seen a lot of block buildings where the mortar was cracked, um, blocks that had holes in them, and I never viewed block building as something that was strong. Um, and then learning more about block and its use around the world, it's really the most common building um, media around the world. And what I didn't realize with block is sometimes you can stack block and not fill any of the core, and you can, if it's done properly, it'll be a strong building. But a lot of buildings, commercial buildings, they fill, depending on, to make a long story short, you can put rebar in the block and you can fill the cores. And you can fill like every 4 foot. You could fill, it depends on how the engineer designs it and specs it. And not only can you put vertical rebar in it, you can put horizontal rebar as well. And so for my building, um, I'm gonna, when in doubt, build it stout. So I'm gonna have quite a bit of rebar in it, both vertical and horizontal. And I like to overbuild stuff. The reason I want it block is it's fireproof. Um, it's just, we're not in Tornado Alley, but we do have, there's tornadoes that go through the area. I just want the security and the peace of mind of a permanent building solution. Um, I thought about doing steel, I got some quotes on some steel buildings, and it's just not, it's not in the budget. So, and the other thing is too, like what I have in mind for a red iron, like I looked at red iron steel buildings. There's cheaper steel buildings, but one of the quotes I got back, basically it was not built to the not designed to the way that I wanted it, and the price that it was for, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not paying that much for what it was. So I looked at steel, and then of course timber frame, post frame, standard framing. The advantage to standard framing is I could have a building up quick, but I want, with the shop and working with sparks and forges and things like that, I want a shop that's gonna not burn. So, anyways, so I think I'm pretty set that I'm gonna be building out a block. Things might change, but it's looking like that's what I'm gonna do. So, but with that, like, I'm not a professional block layer, but I'll probably be pretty decent by the time I get done. So, and I think another, I don't know, it's like 3,000 blocks. So that's a lot of blocks. And I forget what a good mason can put down in a day. I think they say like 200 blocks a day or more, maybe 300. The other day I did about 90 to 100, and that was a long day, and I was sore. But by the time I get to the end too, they'll be a lot lighter. So, anyways, that's what I've been up to. Been working on knives, working on building, working on just trying to get everything done. I'm actually on top of laying block. I'm in the peak phase of my half marathon training. So what I have not been doing is sleeping as well as I like. So I'm hoping to get a good night's rest tonight. And yeah. So how's everybody else? Got any questions? I'm I thought about maybe doing some sharpening, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do any sharpening tonight. I just got done with a run and working all day in the sun, in the wind. Yesterday was windy, like 30-mile-an-hour gust. Today was windy, 35-mile-an-hour gust. And working outside in the sun and the wind, it will make you tired. So that's where I'm at. Any questions? I appreciate you guys tuning in, and sorry I missed the last couple weeks. Roughly, how long does it take to sharpen 100 knives for Dixie? I sharpen 7 knives at a time, and I spend about 30 minutes on 7 knives. So, what's the math? 10, 70, whatever that works out to be. 5, probably 8 hours. With the caveat of I can't sit there and sharpen for 8 hours. I mean, I might be able to, but sitting there in front of the grinder. So what I've been doing is I'll sharpen like 14 knives, spend about an hour sitting at the grinder, and then I'll do another 14. I'll do 14 at the beginning of the day, 14 at the end of the day, and that's 28 knives, and then I have about a week's worth of sharpening. So I started. I've got, what did I do? I think the first day I did 28 knives. The next day, I think I only got 3 batches of knives done. And then I'm pretty close to being done, but I'm waiting on sheaths. So I'm pretty close to having them all sharpened. I'm probably going to have them all sharpened by the end of the week. But I have sitting at the grinder and, you know, kind of looking down, just a lot of strain on the neck. And I've got an old neck injury that I don't like to be looking down, hunched over for too long. I actually thought about getting, I've considered getting what dentists use, which are like glasses with the optical things. Um, and then you can sit up straight but see your work so that you don't have the fatigue and strain on bending over your work. So um, that's why my grinder's adjusted the way that it is, and I try to sit up as straight as I can. Hey, greetings from New Mexico. Hey, greetings from the Ozarks of Missouri. Thanks for tuning in. So, yeah, so I typically, you know, I hear of sharpeners that will sharpen like, I don't know, 100 knives a day or whatever. And I'm like, the other thing is when I sharpen knives, I could sharpen knives quicker and I could be done faster, but I really try to do the best job I can on every knife. And so I don't rush the process. Um, I feel like part of what you're paying for is a sharp knife. And even though I've sharpened thousands of knives, um, I will raise a burr and then make sure that burr is refined properly. And maybe I spend too much time and I overdo it, but you know, that's just the quality of work that I put out. And you know, I've thought about trying to figure out, you know, what's the ways to speed it up or ways to spend less time. Um, but anytime you start, I just want to make sure that they're as sharp as I feel they should be when they go out. So it's something I take more time than I probably could, should, whatever, but that's what I do. So, um, yeah, that's how long it takes me to sharpen 100 knives. My son running has been Bryson, the knife sharpening. Oh, sweet, excellent. Now I know who I'm talking to. Yeah, I'm glad that he's practicing. He'll be an expert. He'll be a pro before you know it. So, actually, one of my friends that was just here, Papa Pepper, he said at Sakote somebody took his knife and sharpened it. I guess he did a pretty good job because he reached up under his shirt and pulled his knife out and it got him. And I always like, I see people that I've known people that do that. They'll try to pull their knife out from underneath their shirt. I'm like, don't do that, especially if it's sharp, because you'll regret it. So a sharp knife needs to be respected. So, anyways, yeah, that's what I've been up to. Lots of progress around the home front. It's exciting. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. I did some time lapse. Thank you. Thanks, Phil. I've done some time lapse of the block work and the, you know, whatever, and hopefully my wife will edit some videos and I'll get it posted up here. Um, so trying to do a little more content, even though I'm not doing knife work, trying to get some content out for you guys. So it's just been a grind. So thank you guys for tuning in. This is Patrick Romer with MT Knives. I will be here. Let's see. Think about this. I should be here next Tuesday. I plan on it. I know. Trying to think if there's anything that's going to come in interfere. My half marathon's in 2 weeks, and then I have an event down in Texas. I might not do a Tuesday live on November the 3rd, and I might give you guys an update on how my half marathon went. So I'm a little bit nervous about it because in all my marathon trainings, half marathon trainings, I've always done like a 20-mile long run. And in this current training, the longest run I've done is 6 miles. And my times are faster. I'm running faster and I'm breaking PRs. But 6 miles is a far cry from 13.2 or 13.1. So I hope that I don't start off too fast and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So that'll be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know how to pace the race, but I'm probably going to pace it faster than I should. So we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey, thank you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. This has been Patrick with MT Knives. Have a great night.